Internet, good morning. My name is M4GNI2DE AKA Steve, and welcome to FPS Theater. Finally decided on a name for the series that I want to do, where I want to just play games like, first-person shooters and all that, and use them as vessels to talk about things that are on my mind, and honestly kind of work out some stand-up bits. Not every one of these videos, of course, is going to be a stand-up bit, but I want to work out some stuff, work out some jokes, work out some timings, of course, also just talk about stuff that I feel like talking about. Now, I do want to say before this gets started that this new Call of Duty and I don't get along all that great. I'm not sure if this is, I think my complaint with this game, I don't need a complaint, my observation with this game is a common observation you're going to hear from a lot of people, in that it really encourages people to camp, so the games are a lot slower, and I'm making a transition from entirely console my whole life to now finally using the computer. I'm on the PC, so my mouse skills aren't, they aren't as refined as they once were. I just like Counter-Strike once upon a time, but and now again, I do understand there's cross-platform, so I'm going up against people not just on the PC. I get that, I do, but I got to take some time, a few weeks, a few months to kind of get used to, how get used to how to play with a mouse again. So. But I think the game does encourage camping, so you're going to see a lot of slower gameplays from a lot of people, especially, weaker players like myself. I've always wanted to compare myself to NASA 1 back in the day, if you guys remember who NASA 1 was. He was like the run-and-gun champion of Call of Duty, and I'd love to be a runner and gunner, but I don't think this game is conducive to that. I don't think I'm good enough to have the reflexes and to be able to check all the... I'm getting better now, where I'm like checking more things, and I'm not as... headstrong, and I don't just go bull rushing into places like I did, once before, but I'd like to be able to, and I'm not sure if this game you can do it, but it is what it is. It's been a 2-minute introduction. Let's get on to the video. I don't like The Mandalorian. I don't, and I get that I'm in the minority of that. I understand that many people very enjoy, that's not how English works at all. Really enjoy this show. I am just not one of them. And it kind of makes me disappointed, and it actually makes me a little sad, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Growing up, Star Wars was my shit. Star Wars Battlefront, those games growing up were amazing. My first ever online console game was Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 2. I thought it was great. I met people, I don't really talk to many of them anymore, if at all. But anyway, it was a good time in my life. I met people that we would spend a lot of online time with. I was in a clan, right? Those are the words. But huge fan of Star Wars. Darth Maul growing up was. I still think Darth Maul is awesome. Right? He's awesome as shit. I think every edgy kid my age really enjoyed, really liked Darth Maul. But he isn't always saying a lot. But big fan of Darth Maul. I love Star Wars. I love the universe behind Star Wars. Star Wars was everything to me. And not everything, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But now The Mandalorian, I don't know if I'm just jaded from... See, I'm going to try to work out why I don't like it in this video. Maybe by the end of it I can have a better idea. Maybe I'm just jaded because the new movies are and well, I think I know why I don't really enjoy the new movies as much as I did. I think so. Everything with Star Wars, right? Growing up, the Clone Wars was sick. I'm talking about the animated cartoon Clone Wars from like 2003, not like Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie, or even the TV show that they had. I'm talking about the animated shorts that they had like on Toonami. I recently watched I think all of them put together is like a 2.5-hour movie, all of them put together, and I watched it recently and I realized this stuff's awesome. I love the universe behind it. I love the universe in Star Wars. I love obviously all the high-tech shit is dope as fuck, but I think it's everything around the Star Wars universe. Growing up, this is disappointing. Growing up, I read the books. I read the Republic Commando books. I read the Yuzong Vong invasion books, where they just like species comes into the Star Wars universe, it just fucking ruins everything and annihilates everybody. I think there's 5 books in it. I don't really remember, but I used to write like stories that took place in like a fictional sci-fi universe that was definitely not ripped off from Star Wars. So the whole thing. But I think the reason why I don't really like the newer movies is because I am sick of the goddamn Skywalkers. I don't want to watch 9 movies about the same fucking family. And that's what it is. It's 9 movies about the same family, and are going to be super protected as a family. It's like, it's tough when you announce a trilogy, and it's tough when you announce a trilogy, put a new trilogy like this, and you have like Daisy Ridley, and you have, oh god, I can't, see, I don't know their names, but like, you know, when they get announced, like, alright, so there's no risk for these guys, in at least the first 2 movies, there's no risk at all. So it kind of takes away from the drama, and you kind of know how trilogies go. So I'm not looking to be like shocked by the new movies, I'm not looking to have like all these super twists and turns, but I'm just sick of the same fucking, it's like, oh cool, Skywalker's doing things for the galaxy again, haven't seen, it's just, to me, I think that's why I liked Rogue One so much, because it was just a ragtag group of random people who did so much for the galaxy, and they never got the credit they deserve because they all just fucking died doing their mission. They all knew what they had to do, and they did it, and it worked out, and I like that a lot. I think my issue with The Mandalorian is sort of the same. Well, not really. I think, okay, my issue with The Mandalorian stems from my issues with, now it's 9 movies with the Skywalker. I'm Skywalkered out. So I probably already wasn't big on the Star Wars train when The Mandalorian came out, but I was excited when I heard about it. I was excited when I pressed play on my smart TV remote. And the first 5 minutes, okay, that shit's some bullshit. The guy's just fucking shooting into the goddamn sky, and you get a guy that's retarded. So the first 5 minutes, fucking sick as shit, right? You get the Mandalorian, you know what they are. You know, these bounty hunter race of people, and they're just, he's just in this bar, and he's just kicking ass, and he gets the guy he's supposed to get, and it's just fucking badass, right? This sea monster comes out of the ice, and he's out there with like a fucking electric pole, and he's just zapping the shit out of it, and then it stops getting good. And I think the reason it stops getting good to me was because it, for whatever reason, the Mandalorian, the show, they're like, alright, we're just gonna do shit now because it's gonna look fucking awesome. That's what we're gonna do. And I think the whole show is just around what events can we make happen that are gonna play right into the fact that this is an awesome action show. So 11, I don't know if it's truly this few, but it's definitely like not very, it's not 20 minutes in. It's maybe, I'm gonna say 11 minutes into the first episode. Okay, you just met this main character. He just got his big job. You're like, oh, what is this gonna be? He is in a fucking legitimate montage of him training this beast that this random dude said that he really needed to have, and it's a legitimate montage of him like learning how to trust again and learning how to emotionally get this wild animal on his side, because it's not gonna, this animal, no, it will not let him ride. It will not let the Mandalorian ride him if the Mandalorian and him do not connect emotionally. So the Mandalorian, a species, a race of people that have been known for their cold-heartedness, now he has to overcome that, and he has to tame this beast so he can complete his. I'm like, fuck this shit. A, who the fuck is this random old guy? B, why does the Mandalorian decide to listen to him? C, why the fuck do I as a viewer give a shit at all about the Mandalorian's emotional maturity and him opening his heart when I don't even know him as a character? How are you going to give me a montage of him learning how to be emotional if I don't even know him? And it just, from there, it just goes downhill. The old guy's like, so many people traverse these lands, need this creature. The creature, all it did was like jump over some small cracks and rocks. If there was any danger, they didn't show it on the screen, so how the fuck would I know what it's for? And then when they finally get there, they finally get to where they're supposed to get. They're supposed to get to the you know, the target. It's this little small baby Yoda. Why the fuck does the Mandalorian put his fucking index finger out and they're watching goddamn E.T.? Do you know why? So they can have a sick shot for the last frame of the show. Ooh, look how awesome this is. That's not awesome. It's stupid. You're just attaching emotion because you think it'll look cool, and then from there on out, it's like, all right, the second episode opens. He's got the all of a sudden it opens up. Oh, all these random ass bounty hunters that you've never fucking heard of are gonna ambush him because they want the baby Yoda. Is there any risk at all? Absolutely not. There's only 2 people in that caravan, the Mandalorian and the package. There's absolutely no way that these random bounty hunters are ever gonna best the Mandalorian. And the episode, there's no risk. Why? The Jawas steal his stuff. Why? Because of course they do. Which is add more stupid plot. There's stupid events to advance the plot. What the hell is the point of it? There's no risk at all. There's absolutely none. You've given me characters that you want me to care about, but I don't. Because you've given me no reason to care about them. You're just forcing their emotions on me. This has gone on way too long. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.